Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Early in the morning. Let's get this done. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Let's see if anybody's awake at crack of dawn. So, how is everybody today? Let me comment. Let me know. Are you crafting today? Are you pulling out those supplies you absolutely had to have and actually using them? Or are they collecting dust? We had to have them. Let's use them. Let's play around with them. Doesn't matter if it's Jennifer Maguire um, quality or if it's Linda quality. It doesn't matter. It's your creation. Let's create. So I have found, okay, first off, I'm going to use this little flower right here because I found an old sketch going through things. I found this in my stash when I had a printer. I printed this out and I never made the sketch. I never did it. So I went ahead and cut some old papers that I found in my stash and cut them out to the measurement. So I got, let's move them aside. I got the 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, 1 5/8 by 5 1/4, 3/4 by 5 1/4. Then I have the mat that is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then I made a mat for it, which is 3 by 3 1/2. So this piece is 3 by 3 1/2. And then we got this little thing here, which is 1 3/4 by 3/4. And then we'll get a card base that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's the sketch we're going to do. And it was designed by Julie Tillman. And I found it on mojomonday.blogspot.com. I don't know if that's still a place because guess what? I haven't been on it in forever because this is really old. The paper's even starting to yellow. This is an old sketch. Good morning, Sharon. How are you this morning? Yes, coffee and crafting. So the sketch shows a flower. So instead of digging through all my stuff to find a flower, I'm just going to use this little piece here and this here. And for the leaves, I'm just going to use this flower here. I'm going to cut this and make leaves with that. Why'd you retract your comment? You took your comment away, Sharon. What happened? Oh, your phone's acting up. Okay, I get it. The phone that I watch on and the phone I use, it's screwy, but the one I'm watching on to see the comments. Uh, Good morning, Dee. What are you doing up this early? Wow, you're up early. Um, it's possessed. It calls people because it wants to call them, and you don't know why you're up. Have you been to sleep yet, or are you just waking up, or just haven't been to bed yet? All right, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to make this sketch. So I need a card base. Oh, okay. You were working and then playing with Animal Crossing. Sharon, you've been up all night? Wow. See, I went to bed early, and what happens when I go to bed early? I'm up super early. I've been up for a couple hours already and had some coffee, and I'm like, okay, I need to craft. You do. If you're still awake from all night long, you need to get some sleep. That's for sure. So let me get a, I don't know why I didn't already cut one. Let me go ahead and get a card base cut. Oh, you don't sleep at night, Sharon? Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so I'm going to cut this down. Let's see, what's the measurement this way? It's not quite 8.5, but I need it to be 8.5. Don't I? Yeah. So I need to cut this at 8.5. 8.5 for a card base by 5.5. And then we'll score it at 4.25. Okay, D. Yeah, go get yourself some rest. Don't push yourself. If things are starting to get blurry, get your eyes some rest, get your body some rest. We're gonna score this at 4.25. So we got 8.5. Half of that is 4.25. Now, every time I have been doing these lately, I have folded them off, folded them wrong somehow. Look, my love you too. All right, I'll catch you later. All right, so we got our card base, but I want this to have a matting. So let's see, or maybe not. Maybe we'll leave it white. So I could do it like that. I could do it all flowers, or I could do just flower. Or no flowers and just do the green. My brain likes just the green because I'm not a flower person, but we're going to do the flower. I mean, it's a little plain like that, you know. So let's flip this over. You like all flowers? Well, we'll flip this over like that. We'll flip it like that. Yeah, I'm not huge on flowers, so it's a little hard for my brain to do the flower designs. But I think that'll be cute. And then we'll fishtail this. This will go here, and we'll put a little flower. We need something to go on that, though. We need a sentiment of sorts to go on there. So I need to find a sentiment. Uh-oh. You like flowers? I like them in the garden, and I like them outside. I'm just not big on creating with them. Okay. I need it to say something. And because it's kind of a sort of elegant looking. Here we go. Will that stamp fit? Oh yeah, it'll fit on there. We'll put may all your wishes come true on this special day. We'll make it a birthday one. We'll make it, or Mother's Day. It could be Mother's Day on this special day or whatever. Yeah, I know you'd rather make jewelry. I like to do stuff like that too, but my biggest passion is the cards. All right, so we know what stamp we're going to use. Let's go ahead and stamp that, get that done and out of the way. This is going to be a fairly simple card because I already cut everything out, and then we can move on to something else. But did I already stamp that? Or is that, no, that's on the back of theirs. Okay, I didn't stamp that. But we could, look, we could make little flower, we can do all kinds of flower stuff. Especially, you like to make jewelry, especially earrings? All right. All right, pick the stamp up. Can you see what I'm doing? I think so. Get some ink. We're going to use this ink right here. This is the first time I think I'm using this sentiment, so we might have to stamp it a couple times. We might not. Let's see. 171 pairs of earrings made. Wowzers. Wow, wow, wow. So, Sharon, your thing says Sharon and Jackson. Who's Jackson? Or I didn't put that all the way in. I hope it stamps good. I hope it didn't move on me. I'll have to flip it over. Oh, I can't flip it over. It's not the. Let's hope that didn't like get double vision on me. Oh, your nephew? Okay. There we go. Oh, got it stamped nice. It's pretty. You could heat emboss if you want to. Oh, is he? He's 10 years old? Nice. Gosh, all my nephews are all adults. My boys are adults. My nephews are adults. Only children in the family are grandkids now. I'm at that age. Everybody's a grandchild now. Grandchild age. And they're getting up there, getting into the double digit numbers. All right. This thing wants to stand up that way, but there you go. All right. Now let's pull this back in here. We have our sentiment. We need to fishtail this. So we're just going to clip that. This should probably be something more decorative than a white fishtail because, well, all right. Goes at an angle. This goes, where'd the sketch go, Linda? It goes right here. Oh, really? What's he doing on the bus that he's having a problem with the bus driver? Remember, I'm a former bus driver, so what's happening that he's having trouble with the bus driver? What's going on with the bus driver? So this is supposed to be like the final product of this flower, but I'm going to change it up. I'm going to make my own little final product, which we could go ahead and glue all this down. Let's do that. Let's tape it down. Where's that tape runner? Ooh, And did you have the camera on the bus pulled and everything? Go to your district about it? That's not good. Should never put any hands on anything to do with the child. Ooh, that's not good. Well, if you got the camera pulled, then you should be good. So we'll put that one right there, like that. And then we'll put this one on, and then we'll put the middle one on after. I don't know what all these little black dot things are, but all right. No, she shouldn't be. She should, you can guide them, but not touch them. Here. And put this right here like that. And then we'll put the middle one. You can, and it depends on the question whether I'll answer it or not, but yes, you can ask. Go ahead, ask away. You can ask anything you like. All right, we have that. All right, I'm waiting on the question that you wanted to ask me. All right, and then we're going to put this on this first. A bus driver has a right to put the kids on silence if they, I mean, it's not, if there's like I drove a bus of 77 passengers, and when you're like driving elementary kids and stuff, and you've got 77, imagine driving down the road, okay? And you have 77 people all talking and screaming and blah and blah all at the same time, and you're trying to direct the traffic, the vehicle through traffic. You're also trying to make sure that nobody's hurting anybody. It depends on the situation. It might be, if how many kids are on the bus, what what are they doing? That's, there were days where I had to put my kids on silence. I had to play the quiet game with them, because the main goal is to get the kids home safely. And if you can't concentrate on the road, then you are not, then number one, safety. Safety's number one. And you got to get their attention sometimes too. You know, would you rather she blew a whistle to get their attention, or would you rather she had an accident because you couldn't pay attention on the road? That's what you need to ask yourself. The putting the hands on, wrong, completely wrong. You don't put your hands on the children. You never do. If you're saying things that are verbally abusive and stuff, no. But if you've got a whole group of kids making all kinds of noise, you got to get their attention somehow, because they're not going to hear you, you know? Oh, yeah, no, that sounds like she needs a vacation or something. I don't know. Sounds like she's a little stressed out. Sounds like she's a little stressed out. All right, I need tape on there, guys. Where'd the tape go? Where'd my tapes go? Here we go. And then you got to remember also, when kids tell you they're not doing anything, unless you are hearing it yourself, seeing it yourself. I had a kid who was 6 years old standing in my stairwell telling me he can do whatever he wants to do. I couldn't move the bus because he wouldn't get out of the stairwell and go sit in his seat. And then he went home and told his mom, because I told him he was going to get a referral if he didn't get his butt back in that seat. He told me he could do whatever he wants. I said, no, sir, you cannot. This is my school bus and you will not do whatever you want. It is not safe. Get out of my stairwell, go sit down. He told his mama I was verbally abusing him. So, he didn't tell his mom that he was on the bus showing his rear end. And they don't, you know, because they're like, well, I can tell on her and I can get her in trouble. And, so I don't know. Yeah, no. It no nobody should be standing on the bus when it's moving. Nobody who's not getting off the bus should be standing because you're distracting the driver from watching the kids getting off the bus. There's a lot of safety issues. You know, that bus driver has so many things to do. And she's got children's lives in her hand. So if she's a little strict, her job is to get the kids home safely, not give them a party. But at the same time, it's not to abuse them either verbally or whatever. So, I'm probably not the best one to ask if you wanted me to sugarcoat things because I'm not going to go against another bus driver, not knowing the full situation because, I know how children are. Their parents think they're angels, but on the bus, the cameras are telling a different story. Now, if the cameras are telling you that the driver's being this way, then, so I'm not saying that your nephew is not telling you the truth. I'm just saying I know from experience, you know, how some of these stories get misconstrued. All right. Where is the okay, I guess I just won't use it. You got me on a tangent there because so many people automatically want to jump to condemn the bus driver and not look at what the child's doing. But if you got video surveillance and if the cameras are working and you can hear and see everything, then that's where you go. And if there really is a child is doing nothing and the bus driver is being too much, well, then it's the district's job to reprimand her, send her back through training, or maybe not everybody is meant could be handled being a bus driver. I'll tell you that right now. It's not like sitting in a classroom, you know, and that's what kind of gets me. Like you got all these teacher appreciate. Here I go on a rant now. All these teacher appreciations. Oh, the teachers, the teachers, the teachers. But nobody ever thinks about, oh, the bus driver. They all want to condemn the bus drivers. And it's like, how would you like 77 kids behind you all talking at the same time and try to manipulate a vehicle through traffic? And not a car. This thing is huge. You know, the the normal size bus, I believe, is like 65 foot long. If I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong. I don't remember anymore. But you got to go over train tracks, listen for the trains. You got to. Yeah, if she's shoving the kid, she don't need. She has no business being a bus driver. That's not. Nope. That's on her. You don't put your hands on the kids. Never. You treat them as you'd want your child treated. That's how you do. And I'll tell you right now, if I would ever put hands on my kid, we'd have had problems. Ah, yeah, don't go into her personal stuff out there on the internet and stuff, especially if you're trying to get keep it to just the facts of the bus driving situation with Jackson, because then they're going to be like, well, you're just nitpicking or whatever. You need to make sure it's you stick to, you know what I mean? Keep your case strong, because from what you're telling me, it's abuse. And that woman doesn't need to be driving the bus. That's all. That's all there's to that. No business driving the bus. You know, I knew when I couldn't do it anymore, when it started becoming an issue for safety, I had to get out of it. That's when I became disabled, but it's like it safety has to come first. And safety is emotional, physical, everything. You have the kids' safety, the children's safety first, and that includes their emotional safety. All right, let's talk about crafting. I need to make flour. I put some flour in her hair. See, this is pink. This is not orange. Where's the orange that I just had? There it is. So, oh, that's a little tiny, tiny flower, but it'll be perfect. It'll be perfect. So, what color are we gonna put? I guess we can put orange in the center. No, I think we'll put gold in the center. So what we'll do is we'll do white for the center of the flower. Center of the flower. All right, we're gonna die cut us a flower. Boy, you got me on a tangent there, Sharon. Oh, cool. She was making butterflies. That's awesome. All right, put this back. And let's see. This circle might be too big for my flower. That might be too big. Yeah, I don't like that. That's too big. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my little hole punch thing. I want just a tiny circle. I don't want that big giant circle. Let's open this up. See, do I have any? There we go. I got a little circle right there. Oh, cool. She made a butterfly necklace. That's awesome. All right. And I'm gonna get out my Catherine Cooler goldenrod. And I'm just gonna make that gold. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Is that it? That's it. There we go. Ah, no matter which side I do, it's darker. It's always darker on the other side. Let's see if we can get it consistent. You like tiny stuff too. Yeah, I just think the center of a flower should be tiny, don't you? I do. And you know what? I think we should ink up the edges of this flower. So let's see if there's enough ink on here. Just give it a little gold edging. Good morning, Melissa. You're up really early. I'm glad to see you made it safely there. There we go. Our little flower's got a little bit of ink around the edges for some dimension. And then we need leaves. So instead of going and digging through my stuff, I'm going to cut this out with green and I'm going to make my own leaves. But you know what? I'm not seeing a green I like. So I'm going to cut it out like this. And I don't need the whole flower because I just want to make leaves. I don't blame you. I get it. 100%. And you're probably super busy and everything. So once you do have to get up, you're probably on the go, go, go. So don't be saying too much of anything. Probably got to go, 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 go. So I have totally made a different flower than what this die was designed to do. To me, it looks like a poinsettia. All right, I need this to be green. I need to remember which one of these brushes is green. Is this green? Yep, it's green, all right. Look, I didn't even have to pull out ink. I already had it in the brush. Let's do this one. We need 2 leaves. See if we got enough in there. Come on. I know you got it in you. There we go. No, I have a tulip stamp that I could stamp tulips, but no, I've never, like I said, I'm not really into flowers. It's just with Mother's Day coming, and this was in my stash. I'm trying to use what I have here. Like this paper was in my stash, and I'm like, well, let me use that paper. All right, where'd my little scissors go? So I'm just going to cut this just like that. I'm going to say, is that good or them leave too big? Oh, we got to put the center on the flower. I think that works. I mean, I could make them smaller. I could make them a little smaller. Let's see. Oh, really? Just a little. Let's do that. Let's cut this down. And then let's cut this one down. And then let's see what we think about that. I like it. I think it works. I could even draw a line in there with a marker if I wanted to get more detailish, detailed, whatever the word is that I'm looking for. All right, let's put that little gold dot in the middle. So if you're still here, Melissa, how long are you going to be there? I'm having withdrawals. Ah, all right. Let's put some glue right here because I'm going to put this leaf right there. Oh, so you're there for a whole week. Okay. No, I don't wear earrings. I don't wear jewelry. See, no jewelry. I appreciate it, but I just don't wear jewelry. Actually, I should pop dot that. That's too big. That's too big, Linda. Cut it down, Linda. Don't waste your pop dots. Cut them down. There we go. I like earrings, and I used to, but I don't wear jewelry anymore. I don't leave the house and stuff, so no jewelry. We'll just pop that right there like that, and voila, guys, we have a simple, easy card. And then on the inside, we'll just stamp happy birthday or something. Let's see. Is there a happy birthday on this? Yeah, there is. Right here. Right here. Happy birthday. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of withdrawals, Melissa. Oi. Massive withdrawal. Hey, family. Family, family, family. I get it. Don't need to apologize. Just know that I miss you already. It's only been 2 days. All right, let's open this up and stamp happy birthday on the inside. I usually don't do that, but we're going to do that. And the glorious thing about the ink is you can see which way the stamp is going. When there's no ink on it, you can't see where the ink is. All right. And let's hope that this stamps out clearly the first time we try. Because it's going to stink if it's messed up because I'm not using the Misty. Ta-da! We did it. Ta-da! Then we could always stamp a little flower on the inside if we wanted to. Of course, you know, just little flowers. I don't know if it'll look right or not. Let's see. Let's lay it down right here. We could put it right there. I put happy birthday right there. What do you think? And then they have room to write their little message right there. I think so. Let's see if we can mess the card up. No coloring, just stamp it like that. Need a bigger block though. That block's not gonna work. Get the misting. Oh, you're right. I should. I should. Well, the misty, because that'll mess up the entire card if I mess up. But I need to clean my misty pad. It's not sticky anymore. Oh yeah, too much detail. You're right. Can you still see what I'm doing? Ah, I read what you said, Sharon. That's why I'm saying ah. Okay, you probably can't see what I'm doing over here because I'm not in horizontal, but I'm inking up the stamp. And because it's such tiny detail, I'm not going like this. I'm tap, tap, tapping. Tap, 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 tap. And stamp away. Yes, absolutely, they can. Look at that. It's beautimous. It doesn't even need. We're going to do it one more time just because, well, I don't think it really needs it, but we're going to do it one more time. I love this ink, Melissa. This ink is amazing. I'm giving kudos to the ink for how well everything is stamping. Look at that. Look at that. Beautimous. Now, if you wanted to color it, you could, but I'm not coloring it, guys. And then it leaves room here to write whatever you want to write and sign it. And it's so simple. It's raining. It's been raining like all night, I think. I think that's why I slept so good last night, why I went to sleep so early. Oh, well, it's a great ink. I love it. I haven't tried heat embossing with it, but you know I'm not a huge heat embosser. That takes like 15 extra steps. No, I'm joking. You got to get the powders on down, then you got to get the it. It's work, and Linda's lazy. Did you get rain night before last, Sharon? Cool. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning, yo. Melissa, I'm so glad you popped in. I got my Melissa fix. I feel a little better now. So, guys, uh, Melissa, you probably remember me saying I found that sketch. So that's it. That's the sketch that I found online at mojomonday.blogspot.com a long time ago. I don't have a printer anymore. So I printed this out a long time ago. And that's what we got. we got a pretty little card. Oh, cool. So we got that card. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? I found this paper. Guess what I did find? I've been picking things up and moving things, and ta-da! I found my secret weapon. I don't know why I didn't use it, but I found it. So, and this paper was laying there with it, and I was like, oh, let me make something with that paper. The sketch was there too. So, all right. Well, I may come back on at 1 o'clock. We'll see how I'm feeling because it's like really super early in the morning right now. Let's see. What time is it now? It's like 6:19. I don't know how long I've been on. I think like 45 minutes. So I'll let you go, and I may come back on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and make something else. I got these out here. I saw somebody do a shaker card. Okay, get you some rest, Melissa. I saw somebody do a shaker card, so I may be coming back and doing some shaker cards because I got these sitting here calling my name. But I also got a teapot, teacup calling my name. So I don't know. Those two are like the same size. The one that's there and the one that's under it. I think they're supposed to be different sizes. I don't think they're supposed to be the same. Anyway, one must be from a different set. All right, guys. I hope you have a great day. If I see you at 1 p.m. Tuesday afternoon, I don't even know the date, so I can't tell you the date, but it's today. Today at 1 p.m. Eastern. I have a lot of stuff, but no, not really any kits. Not anymore. So, all right, guys. You have a great day. Bye. So long. Farewell. Have a good day.